told him, I don't. I said, come to a board meeting, that has to change it. I said, you probably get support. And then I can't remember who it was.
We're recording.
Shit, who was it? I think it was Jake Melton.
If you want it, you're gonna get it. I mean, if you're that much of
Exactly.
Today is March 19th, 2024. This is the Hannah City Village Council meeting. Will you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. No guests online. Everybody should have a copy of our March 5th, 2024 meeting. In front of him. Take a look. Look them over. Caleb's already tried to read them twice. You've already read the minutes twice, haven't you?
Today.
Okay.
I make a motion we accept the meeting minutes as submitted.
Motion by Sidak, second by Weaver. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I'll say that again. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Takes us down to the engineer's report. I think the only thing Brandon. Yep, treasure.
I'm not sitting right there.
I put it on the wrong line. Sorry. Okay, treasurer's report.
Really nothing out of the ordinary. There was an invoice back from November that got missed, and I had to write something down here. But other than for holiday goals, other than that, any questions?
Gave $334 to Carrot Top Industries.
4 flags.
Let me know you went into flags.
They're gag gifts.
Apparently, yeah.
It's quite a lucrative business.
I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report and pay all the outstanding bills.
Second.
Motion by Chair Volley, second by Sidak. Any further discussion? Roll call. Weaver.
Yes.
Miller.
Yeah.
Chair Volley.
Yes.
Sidak.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Motion carried.
The only thing Brandon sent me under engineer's report was that he thinks we've got everything done and submitted that we need to find out about the loan. Said if we don't hear something in the next 7 to 10 days, he might follow up and see what's going on there.
Yeah, he didn't want to poke the bear. Yeah,
So. I don't think there's anything more we need to do on that.
Okay. Treasurer's report, Abby.
The only thing I need to mention is that Bill will be attending the next meeting since I'll be on vacation. I talked to Brian about it earlier and I was unsure if he was going to be able to, but he will be here.
Vacation in China.
Nope.
Japan. Wow. Must be nice. Whatever you say, God bless you. Anything else, Abby?
Nope, that was it.
Administrator's report.
All right, so we have the financials from February. So this is the 10th month of our 12-month fiscal year. So we have 2 more months, March and April, to go. If you look at the first page, you see the core funds. We were positive 13,515, but we did have $5,384.19 of sewer ARPA expenses. One was the blower motor, one was the fixing of the lift station. So if you back that out, you see the next page, we were $18,899 to the good because we paid for those other projects with capital. Then if you look at, the next slide, you can see this is the February core funds in detail. This is not adjusted, so general was just a little bit to the good, unemployment negative, water was to the good, but it would have been more to the good. We had to transfer, we had a tower expense for engineering for the tower project, and we had billed the sewer incorrectly, and we made that correction this month, so that's in there. And then we had the ARPA expense under sewer, but everything was positive with the exception of unemployment. Then if you adjust that, we back out the ARPA expense, so that'll show you where we were with that backed out. We also transferred some cash from sewer to water, but I'll talk a little bit about that later. Next, MFT, we had income and no expenses, and that's what we should have for the next 2 months as well. TIF, really no activity. There's no property tax and no expenses going on right now. BDD, income was 10,278. That trend of being a little bit lower than what we had the previous year is still consistently happening. So I guess sales tax must be down. The summary page then is core adjusted. We were positive 18,900, so that was the adjusted amount. General was 3428 to the good. Income was better than budget, but on the expense side, we had double police protection because we didn't have any police protection last month. And we also had double medical benefits charge. I think that was, I can't remember why that was.
That was due to me signing us up for auto deduct.
Okay.
So we were paying it a little bit later and they took it out a little sooner, so.
Okay. Water was 8754 to the good. Income was better than budget. We did have the 2.7% price increase in that. Expenses were lower than budget, even with the transfer of the $5,500 for the water tower engineering expense. Sewer was 5579 positive, so income again was better. Expenses were lower than budget after we take the ARPA money out, the capital money. And garbage runs pretty consistently at about 1,200 positive. Income's better, expenses on budget. MFT, TIF, BDD, I think I already spoke to those, so nothing I really need to talk about for the month. Then if you look at year-to-date core funds, so income of 1.3 million, expenses a little over $1 million, 258,562 to the good, but we've got $103,549 worth of capital expenses in there. So if you back that out on the next slide, you can see on an adjusted basis, operationally, we're $362,111 to the good. Income stronger than expenses, but both better than our budget. Then if you look at the breakdown, general's 185 to the good, water 85, including the capital expenses are in there. Sewer is negative because, again, we spent a lot of money on the sewer lining. The next slide then backs those out to show, if you take the capital expenses out, 185 on general, 88 on water, 78 on sewer, and 10 on garbage. So pretty strong across the board. Year-to-date MFT, we're $27,000 negative. We've got about $8,000 or $9,000 more worth of income coming in over the next 2 months. I think we budgeted a loss of $18,000 or $19,000, meaning we would use excess MFT cash in our checking account to cover that, which is kind of what we do every year. And so we should hit that number. We shouldn't have any more expenses for the rest of the year. TIF, I'd say these numbers are pretty good. They might adjust a dollar here, a dollar there, but I don't think we're going to see much change in the next 2 months on TIF. BDD, we're currently $7,800 to the negative, but I'm estimating we've got about another $22,000 in income and limited to no expenses for the remainder of the last 2 months. So we'll pull positive, which is what we thought we would for the year. Then the summary pages, you can see, I think I've covered everything. Positive 362, 111 on an adjusted basis. General's plus 185, water's 88, sewer 78, garbage 10. Now, so you can see there, our income's better than budget on almost everything, and expenses are on budget on almost everything. And as we're building next year's budget, we're tightening the. I'm being less conservative on our income. I'm trying to really estimate what our income is going to be next year and take some of that slack out. MFT, I think I spoke to all those, TIF and BDD, so I don't think I need to cover those again. On cash and checking, we got $815,000. General and water were both negative. General, we had the double expenses, so our income over expense wasn't as high. Plus, we pull out $5,000 for every month to take to sewer or to streets capital, and then water was -8, and that was including the 5,500 correction for water or for the water tower. Savings, we got 1.1 total. We're at 1.9, almost 1.98 in cash. So that's up 27 for the month, and year to date, we've got $235,919 more in cash than we did at the end of last year. I've got somebody in the waiting room here. I don't know who it is. Hello? Can I help you? Somebody just joined the meeting. Can you identify your... Any questions for me? The only other things I would say is we're working on, just like we do at the end of every year, if we want to allocate any cash to, we don't have any big capital things that we need to buy. We might have a few small things. Jim's talked about some excess meters, radios in case, because they're so hard to get. We might be able to stock a few. We're looking at that radar sign that we could move around to the different locations. But I think in total we were looking at probably less than $25,000 that we might want to spend out of the excess. I'm trying to end the year with roughly $100,000 in excess cash that we can redistribute to other areas in the savings side. Probably a lot going to the tower, but in the next 2 meetings, I'll have a recommendation for you guys to vote on and decide where you want to move that cash to. I did learn today also that we can move BDD dollars into Illinois funds, and so we've got a pretty significant amount of BDD dollars that we could, at least 100,000 that we could move. As long as we keep it allocated for BDD and it's accessible, we can move it over and pick up the additional whatever 5% we're getting on those funds. So we're going to try to move as much as we possibly can over there to continue to generate that income. That's it.
Thank you, Brian. Committee report, Mr. Caravalli.
Oh, just one thing, Brian mentioned that all the loan documents, Brian, did you guys get those ready?
Yeah, Tony's just signed them.
Denise is
Okay, so we've got them.
So we got the loan documents done, we just need to draw our money for the solar panels. And get started.
So you're delivering the signed documents Thursday, and then we'll work on getting the draw in the bank, and then letting
Find that one.
Hakatola know, and they'll start ordering parts. And they told me 3 months to 6 months to have it built
From the time that
from the closing. So let's call it the end. Let's call it April 1. So May, June, July would be the earliest.
That's when we need it started most.
And we just want to ask them for a certificate of insurance before they get started.
Right.
Which Nick said that he would get with Jason to get that from him, so
I don't know
Sorry,
who those
Nick.
people are.
Nick is the loan guy.
Anything else?
End of my report.
Planning and zoning, Mr. Jones.
No report.
The only thing I will tell you is we did get an application for a pre-annexation that kind of meets our criteria. It's just right down here off of 116, not far down the road. So we're looking at it now, but the next planning meeting is in April, like the 15th. So we've got time. If we want to do it at that meeting, then we can do it at the next meeting. Bring it.
What do the pre-annexations cost us?
It depends on how many of them, like how much activity we have on permits. So every time somebody has a permit, then there is cost with us to go through the permitting process and send the inspector out. And I don't know what that cost is per permit, but you know.
Do you mean?
I think we got an attorney's
do the pre-annexation.
Oh, it's just would be some attorney costs. No. Maybe a couple, $200-300.
Well, I know in the past we've always eaten that.
Mhm.
So I didn't know if that's anything the board would look at.
Well, I think they've done that because
Is there a
it
fee for
benefits
pre-annexation? I think there's a fee to offset a portion of it.
Pre-annexing does not really benefit us that much.
Huh?
Well, I thought that's what they were.
Pre-annexing does the exact opposite of benefit us until it's connected.
Correct. So that's why we made the decision to only pre-annex things that we feel like we could have line of sight to. But I mean, we can look at it and see. Maybe we raise the fee for pre-annexation.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
There's no fee.
There is no fee
There's
right
no
now.
fee. Can you have a fee?
You can make somebody cover the legal cost to do it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is, I don't, if people want to pre-annex, and I'm all for everybody pre-annexing. I mean, in the past, the village has covered, I don't know how many of those.
Lots.
A lot.
Yeah,
Every pink.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's something that we as a village, if we want to be viable, something we need to start looking at is, if somebody wants to pre-annex or annex, they're going to need to look at helping, or if not paying for all of the
Yeah.
attorney's fees.
A fair fee.
As we work on the code review, I'll put that on the list of something that we want to look at. Good idea.
Anything else, Mr. Johnson?
In Ryan's absence on sewer, so right at the edge of the very back lagoon or pond, there's a dead tree right there that's right up against the bank of the lagoon, and we want to have that. We need to have that removed because to put the solar panels kind of in behind it. And the guys were a little nervous because they didn't want to drop it in the lagoon or whatever, so we got a quote from Buzzcocks to do that. The guys are doing the whole tree line back there themselves along the fence row. It's probably going to take them a month to clear all that out so that there's nothing hanging over the panels when they come in. But this one tree, we felt like we needed to have a professional do, so they quoted us for $700, even though they didn't drop it down to the total. It says $0 for the total, but it's actually
Hell of a deal there. Hell of a discount.
Yeah. So we'd be looking for approval to spend that money and get that tree down.
Make sure you sign up for acceptance.
I'll make a motion to pay.
Acceptance.
Move that tree.
Got a motion by Caravalli.
Second.
Second by Johnson. Any further discussion? We'll roll call it. Miller,
Yeah.
Caravalli,
Yes.
Sydak,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Weaver.
Yes.
Motion carried.
I don't have anything for water.
Yeah, there was nothing. I checked the box. No numbers or anything. So, buildings and grounds, Mr. Weaver.
Nothing to report.
Streets and alleys, Mr. Weaver.
Nothing to report.
CEDC, Mr. Sydak.
The CEDC will be meeting on Tuesday next week to make recommendations for projects.
What time is that?
6. Right here.
Right now, I think we have 4 residential and 2 commercial.
So Tuesday, March
Applications.
26th at 6 p.m.
Correct.
Applications for.
Giving away money, we can't get people to apply.
That concludes my report.
Administrator's report, Mr. Miller.
Well, from February 5th and 10th, had 6 calls. Has to be restated because you can't see what they are. And then March, it just says March 10th and 11th. No, my fault, the 16th. The 10th through the 16th. 3 calls. Medical call, moving vehicle call, and suspicious vehicle. That's it.
Yeah, the vehicle went around for a while. It was everywhere. It was up and down my street.
What's that?
That suspicious vehicle call?
On the black pickup truck?
Yeah. Then there was an SUV after that. Doing the
heard the
same
black
stuff.
pickup.
I've heard a couple weird things around town.
Just really slow driving after dark, looking around. Just kind of weird.
Let's see what the neighborhood was like.
Huh?
We want to see what the neighborhood was like.
Maybe.
Thought about moving in maybe.
See how quiet it was?
The other thing I would add is Sarah Cooper has started. Tracy's working half-time here and half-time in Farmington for this week and next week. And then she goes full-time the week of April 1st at Farmington. So,
You got a replacement for her, did you say?
yeah,
Yes.
Sarah Cooper.
Yeah, we done that last time.
Sarah and her husband both went to Farmington, but they're a lot younger.
Yeah, Joel.
These guys. The Farmington grads.
Hey, wow.
I was 01.
Sarah's probably 35.
Oh, is she though? Okay, I didn't think she was
Joel
that
is 39. I just asked her today.
old. Okay. Yeah, he was only a year or two younger than me. Yeah. Two years younger than me.
He's
Yeah, so she was like 5,
I need
6, something like that. Third was class of 88. 94?
to say that.
91.
There was some technical difficulty.
They kept you around the teacher year just because you're.
I was 84, so that tells you.
Wow, that's old.
I was 82. We talking about years you were born?
No.
Graduated. That was 66. Rod, you want to throw in here, make me feel a little better? No, you good?
So under other business, we didn't vote on it last time on the executive session meeting minutes. So we have executive session meetings from June 7th, 2022, March 21st, 2023, April 4th, 2023, and February 2024 that the board has previously said could be released, and we would keeping sealed the July 2nd, August 6th, and September 3rd of 2013, October 21, October 21st, 2014, March 17th of 2015, July 7th of 2015.
I'll just make a little correction, is we're just approving the dates that he listed, just to approve those minutes. The other ones are to keep the ones that are in there sealed.
Everybody needs to see them. I have a copy of them.
Well, everybody got a copy
Oh,
at
that's
the
right,
last meeting, but we forgot to put vote on the
I forgot.
agenda. So we're just put it on the agenda to vote.
We had a copy of the 2015 minutes too? Or just
No,
those
we
ones, those
just
are being
said
sealed.
we were keeping those.
We're keeping the ones with corrective actions and people's name on them, keeping them
Gotcha.
sealed.
So these are just, and that was I need to get with him to schedule it every so often. We don't have one a lot, so they should at least be, I think it was every 6 months,
Yeah.
Abby, that they should be approved.
For the executive meetings,
Yes.
I would say at least that, but you can honestly do it, the meeting after the executive session.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that.
So I will entertain a motion to approve the executive session meeting minutes that we want to release or approve and keep sealed, the ones that we want to keep sealed.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Chair Volley, second by Sidak. Any further discussion? Roll call that. That will be Chair Volley,
Yes.
Sidak,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Miller.
Yeah.
Motion carried.
Is there any action item on that? Is there anything we need to do? Okay.
No, but now that I know that, we have
Let's just
the
do it. Let's
last
just do the
minutes.
process.
Yeah.
We'll just do it the
Well,
next
but
meeting.
see, then we'll have to approve those minutes, and then it's just never ending. So I think we could do like every 6 months if you could get that on the schedule.
So I'll let you speak to the Tracy gathering.
Skipped one.
I know, on purpose.
So we want to have, we're looking for a date just to do something to celebrate Tracy being here. What I was thinking was the April 16th board meeting, having her come just at the beginning of the board meeting so we can all thank her publicly for her service to the village of Hannah City. Might have Sarah come to that same meeting so you guys who haven't met her can meet her. And then we'll send them off to, I think they wanted to go down to the Sportsman's Club. We can have our meeting, and then after the meeting, anybody that wants to go down to the Sportsman's Club and have a drink with Tracy or buy Tracy a drink for her service here, you can do that. That's kind of what she wanted to do. So once I know the date for sure, I'll let you know. But I think it's going to be after our meeting on the 16th.
16th of what?
April.
We had an action item B, pro tem mayor for May 21st. My conflict has been resolved, so I will not need one at that point.
Mayor Pro Tem.
April 6th, the American Legion, Post 140 from Farmington, will be holding a flag burning ceremony at the
Public Works Building.
Public Works Building from 10 to 11. So if anybody wants to bring the kids out, show them how we do it and everything.
To burn?
Burn the flags.
Oh.
Not burn the kids.
And I said that. I just put American Legion Post from Farmington in Kansas City. Is that fine? Or do you want me to post one?
And that communication is scheduled to go out
Monday, the March 25th. 8 a.m.
On the app.
On the app?
Yeah,
Oh, for
Facebook.
this information?
By the way,
For this information?
550 people now on the app and climbing. For Hannah City, I guess that's viral.
Not viral. So does anybody else have anything to bring before the board? Meeting adjourned.
The sun's still out.
Thanks, Abby.
Great meeting.
Thanks, Abby.
That's just because the time changed.
Thank you.